Whether it's the exciting and epic bathtub races,
The Jazz and Blues Wine and Brews Festival,
or the Toe Tappin' Fiddlers Convention, there is a lot going on in this present day in the booming town of Berlin.
Here's the thing. There was a lot going on in the past as well, and one visit to the Calvin B. Taylor House Museum, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. With us this afternoon, we'd like to introduce to you the museum's president. This is Melissa Reed. Melissa, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So you got a bunch of neat stuff.
Yes.
We want to talk about the neat stuff. First, let me ask you, what is the Taylor House Museum?
Sure. The Taylor House Museum is a historic house museum. Was built in the 1830s by the Covington family. Was a single family home for years. At one point, though, at the beginning of the 1900s, it became an apartment building. Then fell into disrepair and was going to be demolished. And in the late 70s, early 80s, several Berlin community members excuse me, came together and purchased it and then turned it into what we know today as a Taylor House Museum. So we function both as a historic house museum. We have recreated interiors from the 1830s, much cleaner probably, and probably better smelling. And then we also, though, have some gallery space that allows us to share stories of Berlin history.
And you guys have recently created a couple new exhibits.
Yes, we're really excited. We have two new exhibits. One is actually an expansion of a previous exhibit we had focusing on the life of Reverend Charles Albert Tindley, who was born in Berlin and went on to write many gospel hits, By and By, The Storm is Passing Over, and then I'll Overcome Someday, which became We Shall Overcome, the civil rights anthem. So the great thing about that exhibit, we worked with community members to create the exhibit. We knew that there was a lot of information out there, and because he is such a beloved figure, and because he's from Berlin, we really reached out to the community and ended up creating what we called a community committee that worked together to create the exhibit. And that one we're particularly proud of because we knew, because of his role as a preacher and his dynamic speaking and his songwriting, that we wanted to include those pieces as well. So not just, photographs and text, we also have audio-visual elements to it. A local historian, Greg Purnell, who has an amazing voice, we have recordings of him doing some of the sermon excerpts from some of the sermons of Charles Albert Tindley. And then even more spectacular, we have some of his descendants came together and did a recording of some of his gospel songs. And then the second new exhibit is focused on the Burdell family. On the east side of Berlin is a neighborhood called Burdelltown that dates from the 1860s, where several African-American families came together and purchased land at that time. And they were many of the same family, the Burdell family. And they still have some descendants, direct descendants, still own property in that community now. So again, we had the family come together and create what they felt was important to exhibit as part of the Burdelltown exhibit. So both of those were really, really excited with that community connection.
You not only have exhibits, you got stuff going on. There's a book signing this week?
Yes, so we have Robert Craig is coming to do a book signing on Saturday. He's written several books about Ocean City Beach Patrol. And that's part of our community outreach. We're working with local authors, to come and share their work. So he will be book signing 3 o'clock this Saturday.
And of course, something everyone looks forward to is the Peach Festival.
Absolutely.
Is there anything new this year?
Yes, we're really excited about that. COVID certainly, forced us to rethink the Peach Festival. We did keep going, but what we decided was really wanted to begin focusing more on local food. So this year, for the first time, we're having cooking demonstrations by local chef Phil Cropper, who runs the culinary school at Worcester Tech Center, Worcester Tech High School. So he's going to be doing 2 cooking demonstrations. So because it is the Peach Festival, Berlin at one point was the site of the largest fruit orchard mail order company in the world through the Harrison Orchards, which was the impetus of the Peach Festival. So we really want to bring it back to sort of celebrating local food. Baked will be there with their signature peach dumpling dessert. The Lions Club will be there with their hot dogs and hamburgers. Hopefully the local American Legion will be there with their fish fry. So it is a great event. We're hoping everybody comes out and buys some peaches and buys some peach slushies. And
well, I know somebody that probably will. So when can we come see the museum?
Museum is open May to October, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 11 to 3. But then we do have lots of special events in the summertime, so we encourage everyone to check our website, taylorhousemuseum.org, for lots of upcoming events.
For which we will have a link on our website.
Great.
Melissa Reed with the Taylor House Museum in Berlin. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you so much.
My goodness.